The title of my latest picture?
Yes.
That's a good point. It's hard for me to recall the title of the picture. Just sitting here like this, because the picture obviously made a tremendous impression on me. My last film. This is embarrassing. I should know it because I worked a year on it, and I was the one that titled it, but I can't come up with it. But I know you'll like it if you see it.
In Bananas, there are some silent sequences, aren't there?
Yes, accidentally.
Oh, why are they silent?
Because we lost
What happened to it?
negligence.
Or where did it go?
Left on the subway.
Has no one handed it in at the Lost Property Office?
No, we've never been able to recover the soundtrack, and so what we do is play music and run the sequences silent.
Do you like people to laugh at you?
No, I don't like the sound of laughter.
Why is that? Is it something psychological about your approach to comedy?
Yes, I have a very unusual approach to comedy in the United States, and that is that I try and get anyone who sees the film to nap through it.
I mean, does it offend you that your film will be shown in theatres and people presumably will pay to go and see it?
Nobody has paid to see it yet, and it's been running in the United States for 6 months, so I don't think that there's going to be any problem over here.
Aren't you scared that the cinema managers would want to take the picture off?
Yes, they do. That's what happens.
How do you go about finding your actors and actresses?
Generally, we flush them out of an all-night cafeteria. You know, we go by, and whoever's there 2, 3 in the morning, sitting over coffee with a brown paper bag, those are the people that we use.
Well, to be more specific, in Bananas, how did you cast your co-stars?
How did I cast them? Well, I cast some of them, you know, just at random, and some of them not just at random, and some just showed up and wanted to be famous, so we put them in the movie, and, you know, it was just like that.
What's the message in Bananas?
The message in Bananas is, don't see bananas.
What prompts you to put over a message like that in a film that people will have paid to go and see? I mean, they'll get it, they'll pay their money, they go and see it, and then you're telling them that they shouldn't have seen it. They shouldn't.
Right, that's precisely it. I wanted to make a film, the message of which was not to see the film that people were seeing when they actually got the message. Don't ask me why, because I'm very sick. Where did the idea come from? That was improvised at the time. I was there with the gun made out of soap, and it started to rain, and the soap started to bubble, and we left it in the picture.
Do you often do more than one take on a sequence?
Yes. I shoot over and over and over again. Same thing over and over and over. Then I don't print any of what I filmed.
Why not?
Because there's no point to it. That's where the expense mounts up. If you print things, you know, you can shoot as much as you want. I may shoot 200,000 feet of film for a picture and then not print any of it. And so it keeps my budget down very low.
Well, where does the finished product come from then, if you don't print any?
We buy that in Japan.
How do you buy it? Is it very expensive?
It's a lot less expensive than if you had to make your own film.
But do you buy it by the foot?
Yes. Good comedies are always purchased by the foot, whereas dramas are purchased by the yard.
How do you look at the permissive scene in the cinema?
I generally sit down and have it run in front of me.
And does it bother you?
It does bother me, yeah. Very much.
How does it bother you?
Because I've always felt that sex is dirty, and I'm against sexual relations between people.
Does that mean men and women?
No, just people. Casino Royale, now this is hard to remember because this was years ago, but I had the feeling while they were making the picture that it was going to be a fiasco. And it was a fiasco.
Certainly. What part did you play in this fiasco?
I was in the film very briefly, and that's all. But I never saw the movie, and no one that I know saw the movie. In fact, I don't think anybody saw the movie. They lost many millions of dollars on it.
Did that please you?
Yes, I was thrilled.
Who were your co-stars in that picture?
In Casino Royale, who else was in it? I was about the biggest name in that picture. I was surrounded by a group of non-entities, as I remember. I was not thrilling, and I'd say the entire cast, including myself, were about 12 of the most boring people I've ever met.
Is there any English actor that you think stands out from the others?
Spike Milligan.
Which of his pictures did you like most?
The early romances.
Who are the leading ladies? I can't remember.
No, I can't either.
No.
They were just people off the street, I'm sure. In fact, most of them are back on the street now.
You've written, directed, produced, and appeared in your own pictures. Now, what advice would you give to someone, a young television writer, say, who wanted to follow your line of approach to the film business?
I would say to eat lightly. Stay with salads mostly, fish, and not to smoke, and to refrain from sexual activity.